Today, I want to answer a question that many seekers have, which is, can a specific place make your practice deeper? Of course it can. But before you book your flight to Arunachal or the Himalayas, let's just begin by shifting the lens a little bit. Is the real question where you sit? I would say that the real question is, who is sitting? Who is practicing? Yes, there are places on this earth that just vibrate differently. They can help you feel more divine. They possess a very special and specific and powerful energy. Sometimes the silence so thick, it kind of wraps around your mind and brings it to a quiet place. Sometimes the river of energy starts to flow incredibly smoothly or powerfully. It's great. A mountain, a forest, the ocean, nature is, in general, a really powerful and sacred portal to presence, joy, to transcendental beauty. Sacred spaces do exist. Temples, ashrams, and so on. Special environments can make a difference. Being around that much authenticity and energy does something to you. They accelerate your process, your path. They remind you how to be effortless. They remind you of home. It just seems easier there. And if you have access to some of these places, why not practice there as often as you can? But if you're totally ignorant, you could meditate in a 1,000-year-old temple in the Himalayas and still come out more interested in the ceiling, the architecture, than the silence within. So this should tell us something. Your being, is more important than any place. Most people take selfies with Buddha statues on the background, are totally ignoring the Buddha within. If you're fully present, you could sit inside a noisy train station and still be unmoved like the eye of a storm. Now, of course, meditating in a nightclub, yeah, it's possible, but is it recommended? Well, if you're totally insane, of course, in the path sometimes, to be honest, we have to be insane, right? Insanity is not really a bad thing, so to speak, but yeah, we have to discern exactly where's the best environment and place to practice. Some places have been soaked in centuries of devotion and meditation, where thousands of people have bowed and done profound spiritual practice, sometimes wept and had profound insights and so on. And those vibrations, they linger, like incense stays in the air even after its little flame is extinguished. So if you're sensitive, you definitely can feel it. Your degree of sensitivity and spiritual maturity, it definitely plays a role. Even sitting near an enlightened being can dismantle the structures of your mind, of identity. And not really because they do something to you, but they kind of awaken your silence, your heart, a deeper longing, a devotion, a powerful grace, inner beauty, a samadhi, an undeniable recognition of your blissful being. Sometimes they plant something in you, something very quiet, almost imperceptible, but very real. And given sufficient time, it will sprout beautiful trees of insight and wisdom, a flowering of your being, fragrant with wisdom and wild with grace. Now we come to the crux of the matter, the truth that most of us have to live with. You will not spend most of your practice time in the mountains, in ashrams, in mythical forests. Nope. Most of your practice time will probably spend in your house and not in those beautiful energized places, in those divine places. So it will be in your house, or in your garden, or in your room, or perhaps even a small corner with just a little candle there and a cushion. And that's enough. That candle, more than just being wax and wick, if you allow it, it can become a sun. Every time you acknowledge your being, every time you rest in your own joyful awareness, every time I am vibrates in you, every time you pulled way beyond the mind's narratives, you are imbuing your environment with that special meditative alive energy, that transcendental energy. You are charging your place just like those ancient temples or monasteries were charged over centuries. Yes, of course, it will probably not reach the same level as a 1,000-year-old temple or a cave in Arunachala, but that's fine. Most people who practice in those beautiful places, they reach really nice peak spiritual experiences, but as soon as they leave them, they come back to the default state, and sooner or later, they fall asleep again. Why? Because they were only borrowing sacredness. The real work is not just to go to an ashram or to a temple. It's to become the ashram, become the temple, to carry the stillness of the mountain in you. Any place can become sacred. And at the end of the day, it's the depth of your presence within, that space of being that matters. The most sacred location is in your being. So yes, choose your space wisely. Let it become soaked with sincerity, with dedication, with your presence, with your devotion. And yet remember, you are the sacredness you seek. The ultimate temple travels with you. Wherever you go, there it is.